What's up, y'all? Hajime Academia here. We're going to be getting into a new show we just picked up. It's going to be Arifureta.
Arifureta?
Arifureta, whatever you want to call it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And this new show is a show we're kind of, used to seeing before. Something involving a dungeon and levels to it. So it's kind of like a game, open world, adventure type, if you will. So
Yes.
go ahead and tell us a little bit about what this is.
I would certainly compare it to Sword Art Online, Shield Hero. Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon where you're working your way through a dungeon, leveling up and gaining new abilities along the way? So our main character is stuck deep inside one of these dungeons and he's working his way down to the bottom floor. He was part of a group of people. They were his classmates and they had been summoned to this world through the humans there because they were in trouble from the monsters, and now they've been all been summoned with great abilities and they're going out to fight the monsters now. That's why they're in the dungeon. Now, he kind of had the worst of the abilities. His only ability is transmutation.
If you want to call it bad, yeah.
It's actually really cool, though, because he uses it in really good ways to protect himself, more of making shields with it.
And then later on, he does gain the ability to craft material with these things.
Yes, he crafts some amazing things, these amazing guns and bullets and gunpowder that he makes just with his transmutation ability. So it turns out to be really useful. But what happened was while his troop was in one of the dungeons, they were under attack from a huge monster, and one of his own group members ended up attacking him, and he fell deep into the dungeon. So he's been separated from his group, and he was angry, but almost immediately after falling down, this guy runs into a big bad polar bear type monster, and things don't go so well for him against that thing. Dude loses an arm.
Yeah, how are you going to be the main character losing limbs? That's not what is supposed to happen. So
I was just blown away. I'm thinking, what? There's got to be a way for him to get his arm back. I mean, this is our main character. He's got to get his arm back right away, right?
Right.
So we see him stumble across this holy water while he's running away, and I'm thinking, oh, here we go. This thing, he remembers reading about it just recently, that it can heal any wound. And I'm thinking, oh, great. He's getting his arm back right away from this thing. This is going to be his heal him all the time sort of savior. But no, he actually goes the whole rest of the show with just one arm.
Yeah, and had we watched the trailer or any of the intros from each episode we were seeing, we would see that he actually does later on at some point gain a metal arm. So he's going to be a full, El Eric somewhere.
Elric Erickson?
Yes.
Yeah, he totally is. So I really like that about the show, that he loses his arm and he doesn't just get it back. This miracle water doesn't just help you regrow limbs. However, it does heal him when he has minor injuries and things. Like he gets stabbed in the back and he pours this on his back, and then it sort of heals him up pretty quickly. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, I don't know that I like it or not, because it's like, oh, he's really injured. He just needs to drink the water and he'll be fine. But the fights are really good in this anime, except for when you get further in. I guess by episode 2, they start using lots of CG, and that can really bog down the fight. It looks like 2 different sort of animes going on at once, but the fights are still interesting to watch because you still feel the tenseness, and you feel that something bad could happen to them, and you still get to see their cool attacks and cool abilities that our main character keeps picking up.
Yeah. He does get into a fight towards the end. I believe it's the Maverick that he actually runs into.
It could be. We're not sure if it's the Maverick. The Maverick is the big baddie at the bottom of the dungeon.
Yes. It's like some 6-headed serpent type thing. It's pretty badass, actually.
Yeah. Well, we don't know if it was the Maverick or not yet. We'll find out in the next episode.
Yeah, we'll find out in the next episode.
Yeah. It could just be guarding the Maverick. It could be that they still have another 100 floors to go down.
Who knows?
Yeah. So other things I liked about it, I like the progression, how this guy picks up he loses his arm right away. That was crazy. And then he starts picking up abilities right away. And he never stops. They keep upping the stakes each time. Every episode he fights a more and more powerful monster, and he keeps gaining all these new abilities, and they're always really cool. I like seeing the new abilities that he gets, like airwalk. That was really cool, how he can walk through the air. Yeah. And his really quick move, he can move super quick. just stuff like that. It's pretty interesting. See how he uses it and survives.
Yeah, so the show definitely is surrounding our main character, Hajime Nagumo, but he does end up, befriending someone while in this dungeon. He ends up meeting and naming a woman who will go by the name of Yue, and pretty much she was held prisoner within, I believe, Pandora's box for about 300 or so years, we find out, because she's a vampire, and Nagumo mentions that the vampire race, they ended within a war that took place that long ago.
300 years ago.
300 years ago.
So she's got to be at least 300 years old. This little girl.
But she looks like a very young girl. So
we find out she looks this way because she has the ability of incredible healing ability or regeneration. That's why she can't grow old, because her cells just keep regenerating.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, but it's really never shown in the anime her abilities. She explains that
not at all.
She's locked away because her own people were afraid of her because of her abilities of healing and regeneration. Saying that
she was too powerful and they couldn't stop her on their own, so they just decided to lock her up.
And then every time she gets in a fight, our main character is jumping in front of her to protect her. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, very confusing when you say that you have, this extraordinary ability, but you need saving all the time. So
all the time.
A little confusing.
Yeah. So that's something we don't like about it. It's just confusing. Maybe we'll learn more about it. It'll make more sense later on.
Yeah.
Any other things you like about it?
So again, I can speak on this all day, no matter what we're going over. But I'm a huge art nerd, and the artwork was great for me.
It was.
We gotta start giving this a rating
CG in there. That was annoying.
Yeah, the CG part wasn't for me, but aside from that, everything was pretty well drawn out.
Yeah, I gotta admit, when episode 1 started and we were first watching that, it was pretty good. I was enjoying the artwork. And then another thing I did like was the intrigue with who shot him off the bridge, like who from his party attacked him and made him fall deeper into the dungeon.
Yeah, and then I like how they also decided to turn it into a little bit of a mystery, because we are seeing or shown that another character says, "Oh, I hope I wasn't seen," or being so sort of sketchy, shady type that makes you question him and his motives.
Yeah, but that also leads us into things that I don't like about it, are that they don't really develop those other characters from his class enough for you to care, or for you to learn anything about what's really going on, or for you to care about when they flash back or flash over to his classmates. You're so disconnected from that, and it's not really making sense to you because you just have no backstory with them. You have no idea of who they are and why they're feeling the way they feel, why they're doing the things they do, or what their relationships are with each other. And it just really doesn't make sense when we see them.
Yeah. So maybe things will pick up along, episode 5, 6, 7, who knows? But we'll definitely keep watching. This is going to be a show I'm going to add to my own list. Maybe you guys can add something in the comment section below on what you're watching now, or, see if you've already seen the show and tell us what you think about it.
Yeah, let us know. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit notifications, and share.
All that good and fancy stuff, y'all.
Yeah, we'll catch y'all in the next video.
All right, Hajime Academia.
Out. We out.